Good morning, everyone. I wanted to take a minute before we got started today and just share something that's been on my mind. From my perspective, maybe not yours, but mine, the last stream was disappointing. Not because we lost, I don't mind losing, but because it felt like the game itself put limits on how much meaningful progress we could make very suddenly. Up until this point, we've been adventuring faster than anticipated. And we had prepared, we had leveled, gathered supplies, and even with all that preparation, sometimes the game just decides not today. And that's okay. I ate lunch after the last stream, and I sat there thinking about the whole experience. And I'm not really here to impress y'all with my amazing combat skills. I think we've now established that I die a lot. Anyone can play a game, and anyone can watch someone else play a game. What I want for this channel is to be different. I want you to feel like you're joining me on a lifetime of adventures. Not just through Witchspire, but through whatever game I, or maybe we, decide to explore next. It could be an RPG, a survival game, a strategy game, or something completely different. And I want to feel like we experienced it together. This channel is basically my video journal of one of my favorite hobbies. I love gaming. 30 years later, it still hasn't gotten old to me. I can still find something that makes me stop and just go, wow. Every beautiful place we discover, every mystery we chase, every theory that turns out right or wrong, every boss that humbles us, every achievement we earn, those are all little memories we made together. The achievements are just postcards saying, hey, we were here. That's what I hope makes this channel special. Not that I played the game, that we went on the adventure together. And maybe one day, after dozens of worlds and hundreds of adventures and thousands of memories, we'll be able to look back and say, man, what an incredible journey that was. Now let's see where today's adventure takes us. Obviously, last time, the adventure took us on try, fail. Hopefully this time we'll have much better outcomes. But I promise nothing except a good time. I did do some more preparation. I did do some more leveling up. I did go and learn a mechanic for the Matriarch. It's still daytime, but hopefully it'll start getting dark soon. We really can't do anything until we have a little bit more darkness of cover before we try again. But in the meantime, I'm gonna grab a couple of items that I think will be useful. I'm gonna re-prepare for the boss again. I got a different wand this time that has a little bit more range than the frozen shard. It was this one, the enhanced lucent wand, which has like frozen crystallites. It's kind of got a short range. I went with this Lux Bolt wand, which has a further flame damage attack. Supposedly, how this works is you hit the Matriarch's Bane against the Matriarch, and then you rotate back to your weapon, and you gotta like rotate, and then eventually you'll beat the boss. Now, the other thing is, I'm only level 24. Honestly, it may not be enough. The people that I've seen complete this were 30 plus in level, but I'm gonna see if I've got the skills to pay the bills and can do this slightly weaker. And if we can, then awesome. And if we can't, then, well, we get to try again after we level up a bit. It's not the end of the world, but it's not the most exciting time either. It's always more exciting when you can actually continue progression. And that's an honest truth for both me and you. I think that the sun may be going down. I hope it is going down. It's a little bit harder to tell in this area. And I don't know how, like, I know that this gives me overhealth. In fact, I'm gonna eat another one. And it does fill that overhealth. But I don't know how it might progressively heal me. So that's another firm question that needs to be answered. I'm gonna go ahead and activate this. Let's see if we can fly out closer to the Matriarch. Right here is where we can answer a burning question about this health. So it is slowly filling it up with one bite. That might be useful. It's not a whole lot of health though. But that's okay, I've got the other one. And I wish I could, you know, Ocarina of Time this day-night, but unfortunately, that is not the mechanic this particular game has given us. Oh, I recognize what that is now. I was like, have we been over there? Yes, we've totally been over there. Just ignore my inner excitement. Sometimes I'm looking at something from a different perspective and think it's different and it's not. It's just me tricking myself. And I'm gonna warn you guys now. I know I've said it repeatedly, stream after stream. I don't have but a few consistent followers. So I think it needs to be resaid. The game is lagging bad. It's early access. This happens. It's something that they've got to smooth out. I don't know exactly why it's happening, but when I hit my Windows key, it clears it enough for like 10 seconds sometimes. But for whatever reason, today, it's like really, really not working. Okay, it's perfect timing too. It's really struggling today. And I know that they are actively working on things, and that might be one of the reasons. Because I saw today that they finally added a delete button for world creation. Before, there was no delete button for world creation. If you created a world, then you were just kind of stuck with it, and you had to like go into the back files to delete the game, which was incredibly difficult. And so I end up having a world that I can't delete, but now I can delete it if I wanted to. So let's see if our new friend, the Guerifirinax,
it's nighttime,
does much better, can tank this boss, and that this whole system of
run, run, run!
oh yeah, that's working. That's working. Alright, we are getting somewhere.
Tasty! I don't feel so good.
Oh gosh. Lag's gonna... I'm doing good, but the lag's what's gonna kill me. Hold on, I'm gonna hover real quick and see if I can't do something, because I mean, I'm even lagging through this. This makes no sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower the quality. And I hate lowering the quality, but something's gotta give here because I'm getting killed because of lag. Alright, we got a smoother feature going on here. Trying to stand right outside of the AoE. Me out. Trying to stay kind of behind or to the side and out of the AoE. But we are definitely getting somewhere now. This is obviously the mechanic that works. So you gotta hit them, roll back to your main weapon, hit, roll back to your main weapon. leveled up in the middle of this battle. Oh shoot.
New dawn.
Heal, heal, heal. Heal, heal, heal. Gwere for Nerix? You doing boss. Boss work there, Gwere. He is healed again.
Tasty.
Meaningfully getting somewhere. Use a defense button. Damn. It's back up again. And the sun's coming up. Ooh. Alright. Sun's coming up. We gotta roll out. So that was working better. I know it was another right there. The death. I know it was another failed attempt, but we learned some things which were important and crucial things. See if I can go find my body. Take all. Alright. We learn things. And that's always a crucial thing to do. Let's find us a safe zone real quick. Alright. Still don't understand why there's this much disturbance for the game today. Let's see if we can... do anything. Hmm. Well, that did something. I don't know what it did. But it's made my screen appear slightly smaller. But you know what stopped happening? Let's test it. I don't know why this is working, but it's working. So we're just gonna leave this as this. And I'm not gonna question it. Instead, let's just go fight some things to level up. So as you can see, 25s have gotten easier, but not that much easier, even though we have gone up about 6 levels. And having the Goyer has definitely paid off, like, just as valuable as Vex. I'm really glad that I dumped my original Fiend familiar for him. For the Bat Bunny. Take on the whole herd of Bumpus. You know, these Bumpus, I'm just realizing they're slightly different than the We got like a fire damage effect going on. In the previous area, they had like a dark effect. And I'm wondering if, and I just now noticing, I don't know if it happened before and I'm noticing it now or what, but now I'm wondering if what makes them different in different areas is the effects that they can do. If the Bumpus or any other familiar have different attacks based on environment. Because if so, that's really interesting for a game to do. I can't think of anything off the top of my head where environmentally the same familiar is different. I'm gonna have to look it up to be sure later, but I think it's worth thinking over. I like to, I've played a lot of things. I'm not gonna claim to have played everything out there. I don't think it's a reasonable expectation. I'd love to play everything that's ever been available, or everything that's currently available to play. I'd love to play. I mean, that's really the journey of this whole stream. Is I hope that I'm doing this for the next 70 years of my life. And we can all look back and go, this is the adventure that we had together in those 70 years. But even I, from time to time, have to go and look up things. In fact, the other day, Mr. Witch and I were having a conversation about the beginning of survival crafters, and we were talking about because I told him Minecraft was not the OG survival crafter, which I was correct. I was wrong about what the god of all survival crafters were, and like what everything comes from. We had to go look it up, but I was certain of my knowledge that Minecraft was not the first survival crafter that everything is based off of. Maybe like the top mainstream one that became very mainstream and popular, but not the ancestor of all survival crafters. But this led to a conversation where we were engaged in talking about trying to think of how to exactly describe it, what we were talking about, because the conversation spanned like 3 hours 3 intellectual hours of constant conversation on this one subject. And the subject is basically, if I were to break it down, it was that we hate that games announce, like have these announcements for games, and then the game isn't coming out for 10 years. That's basically the gist of the whole conversation. And we came up with a couple of things. It literally doesn't make sense for big AAA studio companies to do this, because it's actually just aggravating. They've got funding, and they've got like an office, I'm assuming, and all these things. They're a stable company, being the point. They get financing, they have investorships in some cases. They don't need to tell us about a game that's coming out in 10 years. In fact, please don't tell me about a game that's coming out in 10 years. I want to hear about the game that you're going to put out within a year. 2 max. I think that's my limit. because it gives me little to no excitement to hear in the next AMA about a game that you're producing that I'm gonna see when I'm 45. Another friend of ours was having a side conversation because my husband then goes and takes it back to his buddies when we have the conversation to go see what they think. And one of his buddies was like, you know, it really bums me out because we're Hiro Kojima fans. It really bums me out that we've announced this because he'll be like 70 something when his new game comes out, if he doesn't die before it comes out. And this is not me wishing anybody would die here. Don't take that statement the wrong way. But the fact of the matter is, worldwide, the average age is like 70, 75, something like that. So it's possible. It's realistically possible, given how old Hiro Kojima is already, that he could die before the next video game is actually finished. And we're so excited to hear about his game. But it's also like, what if it doesn't happen? What if it's not finished? Then what? Then you've waited like a whole decade of anticipation for, I don't know. Now, cases where this is valuable information is, in fact, for like someone like Hiro Kojima, because you know he's an outstanding artist and creator of video games. Small developing companies, sure. First IPs, sure. Tell us about the game that you're creating that's going to come out within the next 10 years. Okay, this is how you get investorship and money and funding and interest. 100% understand. Rockstar does not need to tell me about the next game that they're coming out with 10 years from now. We're still waiting on several promised games. I need you to finish these games before you tell me about your next big idea, because you've got 3 ideas that are currently, you know, in development. Things like that. Companies like that. Epic, Ubisoft. You're all big enough that I don't need to hear about the game that's coming out in 10 years. Tell us closer. Peek us at, I don't know, 5 to 3 years. Let's talk about the games you're currently developing that are close, that are 3 years or less away. Preferably, my personal preference is, don't tell me until it's like a year from now. And that's just my personal preference on the matter. I love getting excited about games. It feels a little less exciting when we're waiting a decade for a game. And technically, I'm waiting multiple decades for multiple games. So then it's like a real drag for me personally. I'm still waiting to see if anyone will update my favorite game of all time, Legends of Dragoon. I'd love to see that come to PC as a fully realized, updated version of the game with 3D graphics and all the works. Like, that would be so awesome. I want to hear that announcement. And honestly, I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on waiting for games and You know, how often you would like to be updated from game developers about games in production to see if any of y'all have like similar opinions. I also feel the same way about Netflix. In fact, I was just complaining to my husband 2 days ago because Netflix put series upcoming, you know, like upcoming or coming soon, something like that for Netflix for a show that I'm following and watching. Apparently, when I go, because I had to go look it up, I was like, well, how soon is soon, Netflix? Turns out that it's like 2 years away. Why are you giving me coming soon when it's 2 years away? I could be dead by then. I could have died in a car accident or something. You never know what's going to happen to people. Got me excited about something that's not even guaranteed to happen. So that really bummed me out. Oh, look. I've been trying to catch one of these Verli. I really want one. I'd really like to get like an epic one. I bet you it's pretty good. They just look cute to me. They're like masked foxes. Nope. Didn't want to join my coven. I will say that I'm not exactly certain what I did to my screen, but for whatever reason, this has been a lot smoother than before because we were, I was struggling to fight the boss with this much lag. I mean, I could barely see the screen. I'm sure y'all were having the time of your lives on the viewer end of all of this. Let's fight all these things.
Was that raw?
I really think the sandals are cute. Oh, look, another Verli. Oh, this one's up. Ooh, and I have an incense. I only have... Oh, I only have one. And that's a 2-star. This should definitely cover it. And it is... Oh, no! No! It disappeared. Man. So, I have learned that the Verli show up at like twilight and dusk of the world day. And then they will disappear. So, they're obviously some sort of... because of their ghost-like visage, they're obviously some sort of between realm kind of familiar is I think the idea behind their design. They look so cool, and I'm so sad that I couldn't get the 2-star because I was too slow. Ooh, a Luigi 3-star? Yeah, let's do this. Do it, do it, do it. Yeah! Congrats to us. We have bonded a Luigi and we got a second achievement. Strongest around. Woohoo! I'm actually very excited about that. In fact, it's probably going to replace the Letty. Oh my, there's a 1-star Locto? What? Hold on, where's that other incense? I want a Locto. This was a beginner companion. No. It wasn't close enough when it died. My smelly salts didn't work. But we got the Luigi. I know we've been around quite several times. I think that's the first time we've seen a Locto in the wild. Kind of hoping another one pops up. Oh yeah, I forgot. I know everything graphically sucks. We had changed. I was like, why are all the graphics looking really crappy? That's right, we changed them to low. There we go. We could only do it on medium. Although we may be able to run them high now. I don't know why, but when I exit out of the full screen mode, this is running so much smoother. Which is completely weird because it's just the mode, but I am not I am game savvy. I am not 100% the most tech savvy person to be asking questions. In fact, for my guild, I don't even run the Discord. I barely understand half of what Discord does. Even after using it for, I don't know, a decade. I have the youngest guild officer running the Discord. He is actually really cool what he's done for us. He added in, because our guild is multilingual, he added in rooms for people that speak Spanish or Italian or Indonesian or German, because we have quite a few of our guild mates that have to use the translator. We all have to use the translator in order to talk to each other. But it's awesome in games. The thing that's so valuable about gaming is that even though we come from all these different cultures, some of us even have completely different religions, that the core values of teamwork and camaraderie, those are what brings all these people from all these different backgrounds together.
I like the look of that.
And that's a beautiful thing. In fact, it's the value of teamwork and preservation is what I find the most enduring qualities of my guild. Also, I think it says something about a person when you have the choice that you could go be in the number one team to go get the very best rewards possible in the game, but you actively choose to be in the number two team. It speaks of deep. All right, we seeing this right? Is he
This
different?
one doesn't look like the rest.
This one does not look like the rest. Why? Oh, you're all like magical and shiny, and I don't have any more. Let's fight it. I like how my character cued that it was different. And I kind of want to know why it's magical and shiny. We got the magical shiny one? Oh my god, we got the magical shiny hippo. Oh man. Likes area. Okay, but why are you magical and shiny? That's what I want to know. Why are you different? So that's the first time we've seen that, and honestly, that was so freaking exciting that we actually got the magical shiny hippo looking creature, because obviously that was different. And now I'm like, okay, what else is gonna pop out that's magical and shiny? And of course, it's not gonna do it to us for a while. It's gonna be like when we least expect. Ooh, whole pack of Sylvants. Let's fight it. Stand behind the Guerrafaranex. They are giving me a lot of status effect damages. Got a new Sylvant. Wanted to join my coven.
Tasty.
I love the slide he just did. Why are they sliding around like this?
Toll's domain. Better watch your back.
That looks so weird. Don't see anything down there. Does it feel like there's like more Sylvans at night? Like, I don't remember seeing all of these as I was wandering around. Oh, look, it's like a bunch of Loctos. Man, I don't have a... Man, his attack hurts. Alright. Another level. Still no Locto. Ooh, that was a cool attack. Nope, still nothing. It's okay. There's still some Loctos here. Seems like there's quite a few of them, actually. Come on, come on. Still didn't want to join my coven. The Loctos are trying to make me sad. Just be with me. Nope. Let's see. Here's one. Alright, there's still two more chances. Oh, three chances at a Locto. Come on, Locto. Join my coven, join my coven. Join me. You know what? Let's stick this hat on. See if it helps any.
Shiny.
Come on. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Nope. Come on, Locto. All these Loctos, and not one wanted to join the coven. That's disappointing. That's okay. We still got the magical hippo. What's this? Frail roots. Ritual magic. Let's grab some of this. New item found. I don't know what it's used for.
I like the look of that.
Also gonna grab some more of these verdant blooms. There's like a whole gathering of them right here. Along with some lactose. Let's eat first. Might need a little help first. Let's try some, I don't know, eggs. Ooh, yeah, eggs are nutritious. The Gwere has been just as an effective tank as Vags, which has been very pleasing. It's nice to have another hard-working familiar that does its job. Thought I saw... What is that? Oh, we've obviously found this before. It's a lot of just tail leaves wandering right here. Kind of curious about this though. Okay. Nothing here. Well, let's continue to battle the Locto until we get one to join our coven. Ow. Still a no. They are very opposed, it seems, to joining covens. Come on. Ugh. Join my coven. Being so aggravating. I just want you to be my friend. And join me on adventures. And let me trap your spirit. It's not dark in any way at all. Yay! We finally got a Locto. Another one. Bites the dust. Tss, tss.
To the skies!
Alright, let's go see what else we can find and fight. We finally got this lock too. See if there's anything else interesting. I also, for the first time, noticed that the quest says level 27. So maybe that's the minimum level that you have to be able to beat the quest. Thought that was worth a shot. Just to see if it would randomly give us a 3-star charling. And honestly, doing this sort of thing, I find incredibly boring. It's like the most boring aspect of survival crafters is having to go and do all this tedious fighting. What's with the Charling twins? I don't know, let's kill them. I find it to be tedious. I know the viewers watching, you guys probably might feel like it's tedious too. Sometimes, in this case, it's completely necessary. We have tried at getting the Matriarch done. And I'm gonna settle that this quest means that we need to be level 27. So probably let's aim for 28. We're at 26 right now. And then we'll give it another retry after we get some more craftable foods so that we can heal ourselves in battle. And then, of course, for those of you that know, we have to wait for the nighttime, so that we can go over to the boss and not die from that. Exactly that, the heat and the burning ray of the sun. That was a perfect timing cue by the sun showing up. I also feel sad that this world didn't seem to have very many diaries or books left, but we know that something happened to Illyria and something happened to Valen, however you pronounce his name. We don't know exactly what happened to them, but that might be the reason why there's no lore books or journals, is because they didn't make it to this island. So if they didn't make it to this island, and we ain't seen any bodies, we've just seen clothes. All their clothes got left behind. What happened to them is the next big question. I mean, did they die? Did they transform into familiars? Did they transform into froglins? Did they go to sleep like Sleeping Beauty and we gotta go kiss them? We don't know. We don't know what happened to them. It's not clear or concise what happened. I hope that we'll see them again. Well, I can't even say again because we've never seen them. We've just followed their journals. I hope that we eventually meet, would be the more accurate term there. Oof. Locto got some real high damage attacks. That thing hurts. Makes me really excited about how useful that Locto that I caught is. Because 50-50 familiars have worked and not worked at the same time for us. Just because we caught one and we thought, ooh, it's gonna be great. 50-50, they have not turned out so great. Case in point was, I don't know honestly who I thought was worse. The treetop or the familiar I started with, the Fien. Just because the Fien was doing nothing but being a Lydia. And not even tanking very well. But constantly pulling mobs and disappearing. Basically. Not being useful. And then the treetop, it was like it was just trying to stand on top of me the entire time and not fight anything, which was kind of useless. Oh, that was weird. It disappeared. This is a good time to see if we can find a ghost-like fox hovering around somewhere. I'd really like to catch one.
Ah, it's nighttime.
Sandals. Just trying to fly around and see if I can spot any ghostly forms of familiars. I don't have a pinpoint location of where they may appear. I just know that they do appear. I also haven't caught a Shudder. We can try and get this one all on its own. Did y'all see that sweet dodge movement?
Look at that.
Nope, none of them. Well, I thought it was worth a shot. It'd level up some more anyway. I think there was some that were relatively close to like the buttes and different desert formations. See? Right there. Come on, Verili. You want to be a part of my coven. Just join me. Just join me. I'm standing right here. Ugh.
To the skies!
Didn't want to join me. That's okay. Eventually, one of you will want to join me. The Shudder's all by himself. The Shudders have a very nice dodge mechanic.
Tasty.
That's impressive. Getting close to the Matriarch, but we're just looking for the Verli. Did you hear that? It might be the Matriarch growling. And I think the sun is coming back. A new dawn has arrived.
Another adventure.
Yeah, we got a Shudder.
Oh, yes.
Nice. Congratulations to us. A new friend for the coven. Speaking of coven, time to jet out of here before the light touches us. It's like the reverse Lion King. Everything that the light touches is bad. let's head back to base. See if we can craft
Good to be
some
back.
healing stuff. We've prepared by leveling up some more. We got two more. I would say 2 more levels before we try again, but we can go ahead and get started on at least getting some healing going on. Check out our new friends too. Regular Bumpus can go in there. Oh yeah, I forgot to show y'all this one that I caught. He looks different. You know what? Pull him back out because I don't know why, but he does look different. Let me try something. Oh, you can put the shutter in here. That's interesting. It won't let me put the other one in there. That's interesting. So we've got this Sylvant familiar. It says that I can put a Sylvant here. This is obviously a level... I don't know what level he is. When I take this one out and pull one in, I've got 2 that I could assign, and one is the Shudder. It's not the other Sylvant. It won't let me assign that one. That's interesting. And I'm curious as to why. What makes this other Sylvant special enough that he can't go in anything? Alright, so let's take out Letty. Let's take a look at the Lockdown. So cute. Flies. But I'll bet you, bottom dollar, based on the movement being similar to the Fiend, that it's gonna suck in battle. I don't know if the flying mechanic is what is failing these familiars, but something sure is. I have great hopes. Let's check out the Bumpus. Look at Shiny Bumpus. Shiny Bumpus is cute. Shiny Bumpus is like leaping like a magical unicorn. Just frolicking in the wind. Alright, so we've seen Shiny Bumpus. This is the one I was telling you about, and I tried to put him into this, but he does not work in the windmill. He's much like that other Sylvant. I got the Forsaken Grandleaf while preparing. I don't know what makes him different, other than his color is what makes him different than the other Grandleaves. And his title. But much like the treetop, because he's so large, it's like he wants to run right on top of your character, which is a little aggravating. Either follow ahead of me or follow behind me, but pick a lane. You're obviously too close. So, we'll stick Shiny Bumpus in here. Where did... Ah, there he is. And let's stick the Luija in here. I'm gonna stick the Letty back in here. This I'm excited about because this is my first 3-star. And it seemed to have a pretty powerful attack. It also has the treetop bison problem of being way too close for as large as it is. They really need to push that back a little bit, but still, I'm excited about how useful that might be. I like its little bouncing walk. Alright. The overhealth did not work as I thought it would. 5% healing per second. That might actually be useful, and we might need to make more of that. Plus 30 healing per second. I can see that being useful. Overhealth, not as useful. That seems like an ingredient, and that seems like an ingredient. This seems useful. Also seems useful. But I don't have a whole lot of it. We've discovered that this is overhealth. This is healing per second, but I don't have a lot of it. Also healing per second. Mana per second. These are like raw ingredients basically. Going over to my character, take my hat back.
Like this.
Keep my equipment at the top of this. Let's see, what does this do? 20 to 70 familiar damage, critical strike, mana regeneration, familiar health. I don't think that's better than what we've got if I'm thinking about it apples to apples. So let's just stick these items in here. Wonder what that root's for. Stick these at the top. And let's stick the apple and the porridge right there. Drop off the threads into our box. And then go drop off the other general ingredients into the other storage box. And collect that. Oh yeah, make max of that. No, it's not gonna be much, but it seems like it was pretty good. I'm gonna have to get a lot more berries to make a lot more of that. We also have some potions, which may come in handy. So I think we've got everything that we can. For now. It's like I was... One second, guys. We're gonna have to take a quick intermission.
I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights, take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? Oh, just breathe in. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights, take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? Just breathe in. Flashing red lights, driving at night. Windowless ride, feeling alive. Nothing in sight, forever in flight. Follow those lines, we'll make it this time. Blurry street lights, work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight. Yeah. I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I gotta do. Life's too short to care about what you can't afford. Memories are in what you explore, so just don't be ignored. Go ask for more, go ask for more. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Oh, just breathe in. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Oh, just breathe in. I'm in a race that everybody's chasing fast. They wanna be that someone on the screen at last. They ain't looking inside for their needs in life. They wanna be like everybody in sight. But trust me, being free ain't spotlights. No, it's long nights and it's long fights with yourself all the time to get your mind right. But if you put in the work, you can find the light, alright? I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I got. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit.
Why you yeah, I'll be playing these guys.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide. Follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Oh, just breathe in.
Welcome back, guys. Sorry for the interruption. I've told you a couple of times about my son. He had to ask me some very important questions in his opinion. Last time we were hovering around the base before the break, I noticed, you might have noticed, that I'm somewhere else completely. That's because I just kept doing the leveling crafting thing while we were in an intermission, and came back, started grabbing some things near Morella's merchant area because it's got a lot of like verdant blooms, and it's got some things to fight so that we can level up. A lot of ingredients right in her base, which was why I put the checkpoint right there, the hearth checkpoint. It just made a lot of sense with being able to access her specifically, and also just being able to grab the bounty full of resources that are here when you need it, to make it a lot quicker. I mean, obviously we've slowed down a bit, but that just happens with survival crafters. It's a normal part of the experience. Things are going to get slow sometimes because you've got to do these certain steps in order to get to the next step. And it's just like in life. Some parts of maybe your job or maybe your life, they work in the same ebb and flow. You can't do this unless you do this. You can't graduate unless you do this schooling. You can't do this project until you do these steps before a project for work. I think that's also why a lot of people kind of get turned off, is because they can feel too much work oriented. I'm gonna forgive this game though, because
Was that raw?
it could be harder, but it's actually been, up to this point, pretty stable. It's just that I parkoured my way through a lot of Shudder Sands.
Welcome to the coven.
Nice, we got 5 epic familiars. And we've got another achievement. Despite things, we are progressing. Why is the Finn here? And where are the sheep?
Blessed dear. Sunrise is once more.
Cannot say right now whether, oh, we about to find out who is better. Yeah,
This is
I think
mine.
the Luigi has a really powerful attack, but may suffer from the same thing that like the treetop suffers from. Not being able to tank opponents. Which, for me, I find that makes Well, that was... Womp womp womp. Fell into the river. And then you won't let me jump out? Okay. I was saying... When I think of having a companion, if a companion does not feel useful to me, it really makes me not like the companion. And it's really disappointing when, like, you get a companion and they seem like they're really cool and they're something that you really genuinely like, and then they don't work. Then suddenly they're not as cool. So, like, I really want the Furalai, but if that thing does not work very well, I'm gonna be so bummed out. I was about to freak out. Oh my god, there's a protector just prowling the lands out here. This is new. Nope. That's the same protector. It's in the same location. I just didn't recognize the location. It's gonna have me a moment.
Yoink.
Have we? Yep, apparently we have. We have been all over some of these areas. Looking for concentrations of familiars. They space them out really good, but there's some areas that'll have a high concentration of enemies or familiars that you can attack. Not really enemies. Figured I'd give the Fiamenas a try. I don't think we've got a Fiamena yet. And it seems like from the achievements that have popped up that most of the achievements are centered around leveling up the hearth, which we have 100% leveled that up. You can't add anything else to it. Oh, we got another incense. That'll be nice. So, the next is the achievements seem to be centered around character level, but it's not every level, it seems like. So I'm gonna say that it's probably like core levels, like 10, 20, like that. I haven't really looked at the achievements. I kind of wanted to surprise myself. And I also wanted... Okay, just wanted to make sure. I thought I saw a cave down there, and then I was like, no, that's just a trick of the light. I kind of wanted to surprise myself because sometimes the achievements, they can be really funny and witty. So far, these were a little... Okay. It's like that Bumpus is not there. Let's try a different one. Sometimes the achievements can be witty and funny in a way that will immediately make you laugh, and then once you've seen it, it no longer does that. So I wanted to keep my blind play as genuine as possible. Aha! This is how we're gonna block now. We've just gotta find things to block for us. Since they didn't give us a block button. We're gonna pick up the sand because we could always use it for some more vials for potions. Got a 2-star lamb loof back here. Of course, all these other land loofs are gonna be pulled in once I hit this. Here they all come. The herd of fluff.
Loot, loot, loot.
Oh, a 3-star bumpus.
We're flying.
I think we're at the bottom. Just want to make sure. We found that one of the really tall ones had like a ledge, and the rewards were on the upper ledge of the waterfall, which was clever. You know what? While we're having to level up and fight... Oh, look, we're going to get our first PME now, I think.
Welcome to the coven.
Yeah! Here, kitty kitty. Which is weird, because that thing looks like a squirrel, not a cat. This is exactly what I'm talking about with those achievements. Sometimes they can be so weird. Sometimes they can be outrageously funny. And I like a bit of surprise and mystery to my games. You've gotta, when you played games this long, it's the one thing that I would say consistently can bring me... You know what? I don't think we were able to defeat all of you before. I don't remember you all being here. I think we just ran away because it was, like, so strong with so many of these. Yeah, my Ouija's, like, not doing nothing. That makes me sad. Vex! Get him! Send Vex to do the job. You want a job done, send Vex. Or the Guar. Well, that's disappointing that we caught a 3-star of that. Let's be more discerning about the next 3-star that we catch. See if we can find a 3-star that's, you know, actually gonna tank something and not just stand there clueless, not registering fights or not aggroing bosses or mini bosses or familiars, because that doesn't help me. Yeah, a 3-star Fiamina. Do I waste it? Do I not waste it? Decisions. I have one instance that I could use for a 3-star, but I don't know if the Fiamina at this level is the thing that I want. I know I don't want to get any more, like, the hovering that Vex does and the hovering that the Gwyer does. Those familiars have been the best ones so far. The overly large familiars seem to not work. Now, a Fiamina is small and it's not hovering or flying, but I'm worried about the level of this particular. Like, a 30 does better. So I think that's what we should try and find, is maybe a more high level. I'm gonna try something real quick. I just realized what time it is. What time of day it is. We tried this. I'm gonna leave the Fiamina behind. We've got a Fiamina. I don't think it's gonna be worth it to get a level 19. I mean, Vex was struggling against the Matriarch, and that's really who our opponent is. What's that? Well, that was weird. Oh, that's the sun. Okay, that's the sun peeking through the clouds. It was just making a weird graphic. So it looked like there was something happening. Kind of like the event where the comet arrival happened. It looked like that to me. I don't know exactly if y'all could see what I saw. Yeah, whole group of tea leaves. I wonder if there's a way to tell. Never mind. Ha ha ha. There is a way to tell. I haven't really paid attention to the specific, like, leveling up mechanics of the game and stuff like that so far. But apparently that meter, the yellow meter that's surrounding the number 27, is how much further we have to go to get to the next level. And honestly, it doesn't look like it's moving that fast. I'm not sure. I think it is moving, it's just slight. Maybe based on the level of the creatures that I'm fighting. These are a little bit lower level. But it does seem to be incrementally filling. Up to this point, I've really been more paying attention to the environment and the story, because that's the first thing that I get immersed in. It's really on downtime like this, where you're having to do the grind and leveling up, that I start actually paying attention to the specific mechanics of the game that, honestly, they don't matter until they matter. This is one of those times. 2, 3.
Delicious.
Oh yeah, our little meter is way more filled up than before. It was just so incremental per familiar battle that it was really hard to tell at first. But yeah, since it's closing, and it's almost closed now, it's definitely the level up procedure. Okay. This familiar is like stuck in the rock. Alright, just a little bit to go to the next level. And then we wanted to try and get to 28 to maybe guarantee us that we'll beat the Matriarch. See, right there is a perfect example. We got another 3-star, which is a legendary tail leaf that has appeared. But I don't want it because level 15, I'm like, how useful is level 15 going to be? Also, it's a flying one. So I question, I've seen what Fien does. Congrats, we're level 27. I've seen what the Fien does. And do I want these kind of problems, this kind of useless familiar, basically, in my opinion. Now, somebody might be having a great game where their familiar may work for them. And I'd love to go. I'm going to have to go after I've played because I don't want to ruin anything for myself. And go watch other people's videos to see if they had, you know, better opinions or better luck than I did with some of my familiars. Because it could be, if it's a very inconsistent thing, then that's all a part of the early access experience that they'll have to do some fine tweaking to.
Crossing my fingers. Welcome to the coven. We're flying.
Yeah, 2, 3 stars over. I'm not gonna lie. Sylvan problem, but they're also on the bigger side, so I don't know. That slide mechanic is kind of wonky, even when they're attacking me. I was like, maybe this is the one that I wasted on? No, I don't think so. I think we need to get another 3-star from the Dune area. Maybe like a detox. Those things are like super aggressive attackers. Or we can try and find the Locto's cute, but I think it'll have the same problem as a Fien. Kind of curious if. Alright, that did that much to the meter. And that barely did it. So it looks like That one was hard to tell. But it was also a 1 star. How much your meter gets filled might depend on the various legendary, epic, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star system, 0 star system. Gives you more EXP. Basically what's boosting your character. Alright guys, we're gonna fight a few more of these things, and then, as I always promise my viewers, I don't leave you guys hanging with the be right back screen when I've got to go do something, which I do have to go do my mom duties. I have to feed my kid. I have to feed myself. This is a important part of a balanced gaming life. So let's hit these final group of enemies. Oh, perfect. And then let's call it quits, and I'll come back in about an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. And we'll see if we can't be ready to fight the Matriarch. And actually fight it again. And hopefully win this time. I don't need that rock. Alright. That group's done. We're going to call it quits right here. And I will see you a little bit later. It is 11:30 CST my time. I'm thinking like 2 o'clock PM CST. So about an hour and a half, 2 hours. That should give me enough time to feed the kid, do some chores, before I can sit down and come back and be able to do my hobby. So thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Sorry it wasn't too much action, but this, as I stated in the beginning, I'm not trying to impress you with some skills, and I hope that you enjoyed your journey with me today. That's the main takeaway that I want you to leave here with. Bye, guys.